welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, folks. I know I am not the person you expect to see. Normally you're expecting to see Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, but he is having a few computer issues this morning, so I am stepping in until the computer decides it wants to play nice. So you will get to witness me fumble around through the menagerie of stuff Nick has in his little lineup here. First off, let's start with paying the bills. I do not have copies of his books that I can hold up, but we're just going to pretend this is the simple sword, the fighting axe, and the simple spear. So, with that, let's get into the comments here real quick. And wow, now I know what Nick means about comment dumps. That was kind of a pain. Anyway, accountability. Since I know that's something that Nick normally starts off with, my accountability. I did have a Monday night show of Behind the Code, where we got a new member profile set up, and I've also managed to start allowing blog posts. I've figured that out so far. There is more on that to come as I kind of tweak settings and figure out how I can give people access to stuff without giving them full access. So with that, we are going to get into the comments this morning. And first through the door today, Michaela Jade. Good morning, Michaela. If anybody's wondering why you see the green screen and I'm not running something with it, I was testing that behind the studio, and apparently this is just green enough that I look like a floating head. So, yeah, not running background today. Got Rich Asplund through the door. Good morning, Richie. And we're going to skip over my comments since I wasn't actually planning on doing this part. Donna Carleen. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Donna. And I can't do the sultry voice that Nick does, not nearly as well. Have Carl Witzman through the door. Good morning, Carl. And Carl says, sorry to be late, but I was watching a video posted by Mr. Rich Asplund, or maybe it was a comedian pretending to be him on Facebook. Yeah, I'm going to have to that did pop up in my notifications. Finally, I will have to watch that after the show today. Always looking for a good comedy video to watch. Richie, trolling winner. Okay. Donna says it's half an hour long. It's going to have to wait until after Nick. And to answer Joe's question, I am up and I have coffee. Well, that's a good thing. I do not have coffee right now. But I do have this. And I do need a quick drink of the lovely caffeinated beverage. We are not sponsored by Alani, but they make a really good sugar-free energy drink. And next to the door we have Dawn. Good morning, Dawn. Carl says, Joe, when you see that video, you'll understand why I'm laughing so hard that you changed identities. And what he means by that, I kind of skipped over that comment. Independent Creators Directory is also my alter ego that you'll see floating around the various chats. Dawn says she needs to watch the video. Rich, you can be anyone that you want. I want to be Batman. No, not Batman. Everybody wants to be Batman. I don't know. We'll think about that one. And Carl, accountability. Edited Donna's latest book and finished most of the covers. Should be out in the spring. That is awesome. Is this another sequel in the Hunter's Ridge series, or is this a new book, or sequel from another series? Let us know in the comments. Donna says good morning to Dawn. Carl, announcements follow probably on her pages. Okay. Already covered my accountability. And next to the door we got Grant Lankard. Hello, nurse. Good morning, Grant. I hope your Kickstarter is doing well. Actually, I think it's still going through this Friday. You will have another backer once I get paid again. So, we're going to. I know this is kind of short. I don't have quite the long pre-opening that Nick did. But we're going to run a quick commercial here and pray that I can find my way back. And we're going to run. Oh, Nick, I need to rename half of these for you, buddy. Yeah, let's go with this one. That was not the one that I thought it was. None of those are the ones I think they are. Let's play one for Amy Hale real quick. All right, and we are back, and wow, now I know why Nick has a hard time doing this. I'm glad my shows aren't this popular. Let's see. I believe we were here with the Hello Nurse. Got greetings from Carl, myself. Greetings from Grant back to me. Greetings from Donna. Greetings from Grant again, and to Carl, Donna, and anybody he may have missed. Richie Accountability recorded a rambly late night ruminations. Okay, with Crazy Uncle Dick. I'm almost afraid to ask you to elaborate. Oh Lord, elaborate. I swear, English is my first language, folks. Um, I'm almost afraid to have you elaborate on that, Richie. But recording stuff is good. So the more you record, the more you'll get out, the more we'll be able to advertise for you. Grant Lanker, I like the background very painterly. Yeah, the background for today's show was really good. It's tough to get that impressionistic look with Photoshop. I can imagine it does. I am not by any means an artist. I know some will argue that with me doing wood burning. I can trace a line with the best of them. I cannot freehand a stick figure to save my life without it coming out looking more than slightly deformed. Come on. No? We don't. Oh. There we go. Carl says Nick does some amazing art on the show. Yes, he does. And you can generally catch that on the weekends. Nick, I think, tries to do it generally on Saturdays if time allows. Otherwise, he does it on Sundays. There's really no set time as to when he does it. So make sure you have, because he does it here on the Nicholas Tockert channel. So make sure that you have your notifications turned on for YouTube, so that way you get notified when he randomly goes live for that show. Because it really is. It's about, I know the few that I've caught have been about 3 hours apiece, if not a little more, with him doing the 3 different covers for Nevermind the Furthermore throughout the week, and then he'll normally do 1 or 2 just kind of random commissions from the audience. Friday's art is epic. You know what? Let's see. We're gonna try and do something here. What? Oh, that is epic. So we're gonna show off his art for Friday's show real quick. Boom. That does look really good. I like the shading and everything that he did in there. And oh, we might have someone coming in to join us here shortly. Maybe. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you your host with the most.
Hi. Hello, folks. One huge shout out to Joe's covering for me. And I may be dropping out momentarily because while I was waiting for my computer to stop having a seizure, complete with attempting to repair and don't panic messages, as good friends when your computer is telling you not to panic. I set up my obvious back. Sure, I sound tinny as heck. And I will probably be dropping back out in a moment to switch over to my main pro system because, of course, as soon as my backup starts trying to work, without doubt or question, that is when my main system sets up. But we work in a world where one adapts. The subject of today is, and I am reaching around to try to get my other system actually functional. We're going to talk about how you deal with stress when things don't go right, and some changes I'm having to make in my broadcasting, which I know a lot of people were pretty nervous about me logging in today. So I'm sure when they saw Joe sitting there, it was extra crispy. This was not done as a stunt, but boy, was it well timed. The universe is having fun at my expense, Joseph. Round of applause, folks, for Joe, though, seriously, because you just came in and saved our bacon. You need to drop that. No, it's not the computer's fault, Carl. It's the fault of the new update. We had a power fluctuation mid-update.
Oh, no.
So, yeah. So it had to basically take a fart. Nothing made sense. Unfortunately, the good folks at Lenovo put in, we don't like this, so we're just going to bounce back to the old version methodology, which completely saved my bacon. So, what we'll do, let me see if I can even do this. I may glitch right out. No, I won't. This should be groovy in just a moment. I'm going to run an ad, and hopefully, if the universe loves me, by the time I'm done with this ad, I will be back in normal. If it doesn't, Joe is definitely sticking around because I'm hopping boxes. So, let's see. Who has an ad that we can suffer through? I mean, no. We go into my brand. It's not that complicated. I have my mouse set up to. Yes, I'm not saying I'm so used to things going wrong, but I own two ergonomic mouses, mice, just in case this happens. Maybe.
Greetings, fellow travelers. I am Bonsard Bokal to tell you about our second Kickstarter to help us realize our multiverse of adventure and exploration that I call the Association of Ishtar. Bound for the Sticks is an illustrated novel about Igraine Mortiba's adventures in archaeology, a cobbled together community of scavengers built in the ruins of an ancient space station that was abandoned by its creators millennia ago. Now its interior is but a feral grotto with its own ecosystem hostile to human life. However, it's also a unique place that offers many possibilities to the investigators of the Association of Ishtar, who are protecting their world from the many threats lurking inside the multiverse. I've been working on the series since 2018, having published our first novel in 2021. This campaign includes The Wrench in the Machine and Bound for the Sticks, but we also have two fully illustrated supplementary anthologies featuring the investigations by the Association. These in-universe documents can elaborate on some of the technologies, characters, or phenomena encountered by the Association, but it's not just an immersive document, it's also ideal for your RPGs inspired by these settings. And speaking of which, we offer 4 tabletop miniatures inspired by the characters from both the novels. If you want to be part of the multiverse itself, you can. We have a draw-in option where you can be drawn as an archaeology scavenger. And for the truly dedicated, you can get your concepts or characters included by pledging on our write-in tier. I could tell you more about our first comic or coloring book, but all of these are just mere samples of what we have planned for this series. We are already working on new stories and other projects, but what I love most about is that we have a creative community where people share their passions to help us expand this multiverse, and it truly feels like an adventure, and I'll hope you'll join us on this journey. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna bid you adieu. And of course, make things your way.
Really? It's going to do that now? Alrighty, folks. Friends, colleagues, Romans, countrymen. Wow, this is warm. Backup computers exist for a reason. Now, hi. Let me see if I can't get this party a little more calibrated. I am a professional, really. Maybe. Maybe not. There we go. Oh, no, I froze. Just for a second. Everything froze because, of course it did. So we're going to throw my ticker up.
Oh, I knew I was forgetting something.
No, you're fine, Joe. You saved the day. Seriously. All righty. Hello, Nevermorians. You'll notice I'm not yelling. I am supposed to stay calm. Now that we've been through some shenanigans, I'm going to have a sip. Normally I'd stop off, but I need a sip. I will be flipping back up through the chat because I didn't get to catch the beginning because, well, chaos.
Don't watch the replay of like the first 15 minutes of this. It's fine.
Oh no. This is common. This is quality gold. Are you okay to stick around for a while, or do you have to run? Because I know you just unexpectedly saved my bacon.
I will be hiding in the background like usual. So if anything,
you sir are a saint. I'd far rather you stick around out here, but I understand that the blush that's going up to your hairline right now is probably down to your toes, and you need a moment to recover. And I respect that. Thank you again. Whatever works best for you, because you are awesome. And no, folks, I am not inflicting this show permanently on Joe Bachman. There have been concerns. Boy, has my message blown up. So I'm going to tell you guys what happened Monday night. And this does count to, yes, everything's beeping at me that I signed on in places weird, and this is the wrong mouse. Yeah, Joe's out. No, because I'm still charging the backup computer. I'm not turning that off in case I have to hop back on. All righty. Yes, and I'm getting all these lovely notices that I am live, which is a full 20 minutes earlier. Here's what happened. To rewind, my wife has not been feeling terribly well. She's okay. But she got a blood pressure cuff for the house to track her low blood pressure. Yes, you heard that right. Low blood pressure. Now, I'm notorious for having some pretty high blood pressure, but I did some tests that was coming up high, and Monday night I happened to, on a whim, I'm like, I feel a little funny. I put it on, and my blood pressure, according to the home blood pressure cuff, which I'm sure involved a combination of user error and it's a home digital blood pressure cuff, was 207/109. Those are the kind of numbers where they normally prefer you just to call an ambulance. Like, do not stop, do not pass go. But we elected to, Randy got Xander out. We went down, and we went down to go to the hospital because that seemed like the wisest course. And as I was in the large truck heading down, in when I should have probably been, we now return you to your regularly scheduled Ntf with proper host, LOL. Been panicking. I got calm, and as occasionally happens when I ride in any large truck, with any engine over about a V6 and up starts that rumble. When you're riding on the side seat of the truck. I zonked for a bit. And this was not apparently a thing one does when one's wife is driving you potentially to the hospital. But I woke up feeling zounds better. And I had the blood pressure cuff with me, and it gave me a much, much lower reading. So we're driving down. I said, okay, we're going to stop off on this minute clinic thing and just have them check my blood pressure. And the reason we did it was there was a very brief, very unpleasant freezing rain ice storm, the kind that coats everything in pure unbridled death. Now, the interesting thing about why that's relevant is the hospital in which I would go to is on the other side of the Wabash River in Lafayette. And if you've ever been to the Lafayette, West Lafayette area, you would find that the hill to the bridge is incredibly high. I mean, it's about an almost 45-degree grade. It is not a pleasant grade. And when weather suddenly changes, half the people go 20 miles an hour, and half the people believe that four-wheel drive means four-wheel stop and four-wheel traction and go flying by. So despite my condition at the time, I was more scared of the ride than the cause for the journey. So I said, we'll pull over here at this minute clinic, get checked. If it's still extremely high, we'll keep going. If not, I will write it off as a either something's wrong with the cuff or something else is going on. The likelihood being a long-term anxiety attack. They sneak up on me. Apparently, what most people feel in a panic attack kind of is my norm, and that's not good. So we went to the minute clinic, and I blew 145 over like 67 or something. Nothing too terrible. So I was having a spike, and it was a dangerous spike, but it wasn't a you about to stroke spike. So it wasn't, in my opinion, worth risking death or damage over. And those of you who know me know I am a bit precognitive when it comes to driving. And if I say I am genuinely more afraid of going down that road right now than I am risking a stroke, I have a pretty good vibe. It would be pretty bad to go down the road at that time. So, went back, messaged the doctor. My beloved doctor, nurse, the lady who keeps me running, was more than a little upset. And, their appointment's scheduled. I'll probably be getting some med changes. She wants to put me on a crash diet, which means my monthly cheat day goes away, basically. And I will be even more into the realm of I only eat cardboard, which is astonishing, but okay. Back into the realm of I only eat cardboard. Now, she also said, I need to stop anything that stresses me out. Now, I have occasionally had the doctor, actually recently, in the last few years I've had for different conditions, the doctor give me the, you don't work there anymore. You just don't. And that's what it was. So I came back and had a very late night. And then I messaged Luke, my partner for the game stuff, and the co-host now, primary, of Nerd Bacon, and told him I can't do Nerd Bacon. The reason, I'm on I'm on similar meds. The reason I cut nerd bacon is very simple. If you notice my schedule, I do broadcast a lot, but I alternate days. I broadcast Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then somewhere on the weekend when convenient. This gives me down days in the middle. So I cut nerd bacon because it broke the line, and it also regularly went 3 to 4 hours, and the content was spicier. What do I mean? We talked politics. We would get into sometimes very heated debates over politics and things, and part of my entertainment value to many people, and this has been a thing my whole life, is people find it entertaining when I am angry and flustered. I put on a good show when I'm annoyed. As anyone can tell you, there are few rants like a Nick rant. And the problem is that is incredibly unhealthy and dangerous for me right now. Now, some people have messaged me, is this about how your sales are doing on the game? And like, no. Is it about the fact that you have radically different political views than Luke and some other people? No, because I purposely go places that I disagree vehemently with people so that, you don't live in a echo chamber. But I do have to take some steps to stay more mellow, which means I probably won't be doing quite as loud intros to Nerd Bacon, which I'm sure that will hurt everyone's heart. And a whole lot of I've made most of the lifestyle choices. It's just, in the classic way things sometimes go, it's good, but not enough. And I can't give this up because this is my social networking. This is where I get to communicate with people because I am the sole primary, not sole, I mean, that doesn't sound right at all. My wife, whom I love, we are a family unit, everything is grand there. She works, I stay home, and I take care of my son, our son. But he is autistic, he is behavioral at times. And it is a journey dealing with both that and my own needs. So I want everything out in the open. While I still have my contract with Luke, the game is still funding. We will see after the game. After the next, he's going to run 30 more days on Indiegogo. It's up on Fund My Comic. We will see how that runs. And I'm sure, because I talked to him yesterday, and I gave him the news, and he had to get on a stream to promote Fund My Comic because that's his big promotion. Luke usually has one major promotion he's working on at a time. And he's going to work on that. So we'll see. Okay. No beef with the guy. I mean, like I said, I don't want people writing in that it's politics or anything like that. That would be bad form on my part. But hopefully this means, because I won't be doing some of the other things I've been doing, I'll have more time to create. And my broadcasts of this program, because if I have to call this program early because, hey, guys, I'm not feeling right, nobody here gives me any flack. I'm not cutting short anybody else's time. I don't count my art stream as a stressful thing because really it's not. That's one of my great relaxers. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments about what's going on, feel free to DM me. Luke, if you see this, feel free to reach out. Other than that, this. I will still be the same guy out here promoting you guys and promoting what creativity and honesty and kindness and all that. That's what I do. Just had a scare, and I'm at the point where the people who understand this, I respect, I welcome into my life. And the people who take offense at a boundary of, because there are some who've approached me and they're very angry. Making this a big political statement or something. I mechanically can't have that. And I don't wish ill on anybody, but if the boundary of me saying I can't get mad for people's amusement upsets anyone, you have the right to be upset, but you don't have the right to make me upset at this point because it's physically dangerous for me. I need to do more aerobic calming exercising. Oh no, if only I had aerobic calming exercises in my repertoire. So I'm still planning to do, unless something goes really bad, I want to get back into fencing more as the weather changes, because that's what helps calm me. And this is probably the most I've ever talked about myself and my situation on this program. I feel like I should apologize for that, but I don't believe in background drama of any kind. It's why I tend to do my business. Somebody asks me to do business in chat, I'll do everything but sign on the dotted line in chat so that, everybody's accountable. And accountability wise, I did some drawing. Did a tongue-in-cheek little goblin. I've been jotting some notes, but I've kind of had to deal with all this, which I think everybody understands. Now, I am technically 40 minutes behind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go skim up real through, because Joe handled everything perfectly. But I want to make sure I didn't miss anything that desperately needs my comment. And then while I'm doing that, I'm going to run a commercial. And I'm actually just going to run the one for the game, because that will give me a solid minute to do that. And I know about how long most things take me. So, boom.
Lockdown Games and Luke Stone Studios presents Hybrids, the role-playing game. This core rules to the new Base Plus 2 game engine allows you to design your own character and create your own homebrewed adventure, complete with charts, maps, and every resource needed to dive right into the Hybrids universe on your own, or continue where the quick play left off with a brand new module. Get caught up on the series with the Killing Field trade paperback, enhanced with creator commentary and behind-the-scenes information. This special edition gives you even more value and entertainment. All this and more on Indiegogo.
Yeah, that is really a great game. I'm proud of it. There are going to be more versions coming soon as I have more time to work on that. Let's see. I'm just going through real quick to check the messages. And it looks like, to sum up the majority of everything, hi everyone who was here. Thank you again for your patience. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are enjoying both the art and the art streams. I put a lot of myself into it, and believe it or not, that is the original content that this channel was created for. Was for me to be able to come on and do over-the-shoulder art instruction for kids and kids at heart before Koepp hit, and you have to jump through so many hoops to be able to make stuff that's considered child-friendly programming. I can't do that, so I just make it adult-friendly programming, and I hope the adults have the good sense to whenever possible show it to their kids when I'm doing like my art streams or whatever. So that's very natural. It's a place I'd like to be. I've been professionally an art instructor in the past. It's a very nice job. I enjoy it. Now I do, I get to draw and make people happy. Grant, if you do a show on Monday nights, that's a great slot. Part of the reason my weekend shows are hard to nail down is I don't like to compete with other people. It's why I try to keep my programming to an hour Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Well, Monday and Friday, so I don't compete or overlap too much with Daphne and Nita's morning program, because even though I'm not tied formally to their network, I was for a while through Nerd Bacon. Now I guess I'm doubly not tied, but I want to make sure that the folks who want to hop over there can, and I want to make sure that that folks can, that they're just in drama. So the weekend thing I have to adjust, because on the weekend my wife is off and my family does things, and I already burned through. My wife is usually off on Fridays. We would have 3-day weekends, but I still do. I do 2 streams on Fridays. So I try not to take up any more family open time on the rest of the weekend, unless, they're happily doing something or everybody's content. So that's in the works. It is important, guys, to set up so that you are able to step back when you need to. I actually got to watch Michaela's morning motivation today, and boy, has she had a hard run. When your daughter replaces her phone, may I suggest getting a case like I have? This is actually a waterproof case. I think it runs $30 or less. And if it gets scratched up too much or whatever, you just throw it away and get another one. But my phone, and I drop it multiple times a day. Blessed is the lanyard. I'll put the link out later, but I actually haven't tried this for underwater photography, which is what I got it for, because I usually use my phones for underwater photography, or I used to. I had the dive bag, but this phone is actually too big for my old dive bags. I seem to have a message. Let me make sure it's not. Oh, I got a message that Joe Bachman has called me. I just got notified that Joe Bachman called me a half hour ago. Yes. Yeah, Joe. Tech hates me. I apologize, guys, for everyone who I normally promote a lot more, run your ads a lot more. But we're going to get back into it. Let's see. Try carnivore. That's what I started after the scare. For me, because of other conditions, I'm probably going to run something closer to Dash, which is very close to what I'm running right now, which is a targeted diet on hypertension. I think it's like diet aimed at stopping hypertension. That's what it's about. So basically it means I get to go to the store and eat a lot more green things than I have been. And salt is back to being my bane completely. That's fine. We'll deal with that. I already rarely have red meat at all. And we're getting there, especially with summer coming and the garden going in. And that's awesome. Kelly, thanks, guys. Oh, what happened with Kelly? Oh, yeah, the second edition. I can't wait to see the second edition of Kelly's book, Bishop King, from the Paranormal Files of Bishop Kincaid, the Rembrandt Stratagem. And I'm hoping to get more time to cuddle down and finish, or at least make progress with that book. It's a very wonderfully entrancing world. And I'm a sucker for good world building. Now, Joe's been doing this. I want to talk about this. I need to do a quick plug in the chat here for new book that's hit Infinity by Terry Bachman. It is a story of a very special dragon. And it is written by Joe's mother. Now, due to personal reasons going on in the universe, it would be a really good idea for her benefit, for if you have any interest, to acquire it. Because I would like Joe to be able to show progress to her, because such time is sometimes limited, and it is a neat book. The artist on the cover did a great job, even though they're having trouble getting the resolution up high enough. See, Grey Wolf says, my situation is similar. Had several bad surgeries a few years ago that led me to fall back on my art. My wife works at a restaurant here and does very well. I'm in a similar situation. I take care of my son. I was a librarian. I was down to a very little amount of time down here, but I want something out of the house. And my hands stopped working during that period. So it's basically like my body is rotating tires to see which one's flat, and we're fixing it in time to find the next thing. It's funny that Joe's mother would write about dragons, because I watched Joe, and he's in my little, I call it my matchbox. I have a little matchbox. And Joe is a member of Vape Nation, which never let Xander see, because he's seen the things about metal in your lungs, and he will freak out trying to save you from your vape. But Joe just dragon plumes every once in a while and smiles smugly. I really like to think that of the possible cryptid mythological things, that Joe Bachman is actually just a dragon. And as soon as everybody leaves him alone, he expands to his full size in his lair, and it's just like claw ticking around, going tick, 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 while his lovely swamp witch wife / Baba Yaga in training dances with her rat familiars. This is a normal day in the Bachman household, as I believe it. He gets mad because the concrete isn't drying fast enough, so he blows fire over it to just cook it off. Not at it. He doesn't want to scorch the concrete, because then there'd be questions. Just over it. It melts the tar real nice and even. But, yeah. Let's see. Donna. Hi, Donna. I didn't get to say hi to you. Hi, Donna. You need to take care of yourself and your family, Nick. Everyone else is secondary or even tertiary. Yeah. It's hard for me to take care of myself, because I am not of the mentality to do so. At some point, I became that person who lights themselves on fire to keep others warm. And it's a very dangerous thing to be for myself. And I've had to work very hard to be less about that mentality. But I'm still paying the price for certain aspects of it. And thank you for Nick, the chair exercise link I sent was awesome. Okay, I will check that out. Rich. What? We can't kill you? Outrage. Seriously, I love you. Little brother, keep safe. Yeah, I'm trying to. And yeah, you want to kill me? We'll get out on the fencing field. You can kill me a lot safely. That's what I do. That's what I teach people to do. with the simple sword, the one-stop shop for learning how to sword fight, available through Amazon. Yeah, some salty people just amaze me. For those who want to see Richie waxing philosophical on his faith, Crazy Uncle Dick Late Night Ruminations. I saw that go by. I was not able to watch it because I was in a... It might surprise you that I've been in a bit of an odd mental state myself lately. 11 folks subscribe now, Rich. Awesome. I can confirm what Nick is saying. Oh, I assume you mean about being a dragon because, well, yeah, okay, that's why it's like you have permission to do whatever you want, because if I don't like it, I'll just eat you. The whole world makes a lot more sense. 12 now subscribed, Rich. Yeah, see, let's get that number up, Rich. YouTube.com/@RA Rasplund Jr. Rasplund. That's a good name. Rasplund Jr. under live. Cool. Let's see. I need to get physical copies of the book so I can have them if I start the show again. I can hold them up, LOL. What I'll do is I'll put a picture. No, you send me the Infinity title picture with all the lettering on it, and I'll throw it up in the overlays. That way you can just heck, you should be able to add that to the overlays. That way you can just ping it, and that way I can ping it too if it's not already there. Although, same here, Joe gets old being pulled in different directions. I'm 63 and it is wearing me down. 14 subscribers, Rich. Me and the alter ego. See, I should already be subscribed. I'll double check, and you'll probably get an extra if the Historical Fantasy Guild doesn't subscribe, because I would never do anything to boost your numbers. But you know what? It's been a while. I should run an ad, help keep the lights on and all. And let's see. Let's run Cindy Koepp's ad. Yeah, Cindy Koepp's an amazing creator, and she's just all over the place. And that's what we're about. I want you guys to be able to find your joys and chase them. Now, I often get a little tangled up in chasing the potential for funding, because I think it's important. I have this crazy idea that in all things, I have this really crazy idea that I do the job, I get paid. But that being said, if it's, as an artist, it's almost more important to create than what you do with it. And when I say artist, I'm using that as a very large word. The literary arts, the martial arts, physical arts, fabric arts, whatever your art is, musical arts,
whatever you create that brings you joy has a value and it deserves to be expressed. So don't ever let the finances get you too entangled. But also don't let people take advantage of that. That's a fine balance. But I want you guys to chase your dream first and foremost. We only get one life. We might as well live it to the best of our ability. Create things that mean something to you, that maybe bring joy to other people. Let me see. Just checking something. Okay, nothing has appeared in there. And keep trucking, guys. Okay. We've got... I was talking about simple sword fighting axe and simple spear. I had to pretend I was holding them up. Ah, that makes sense. Well, you know what? If you need copies, I'll hook you up, Joe. Be good, friends. I have an appointment today and try to get 3,000 words today. Have a great day. Have a great day, Kelly. If you're still here. If not, well, we wished you well on the way out. Everybody's there. And I do, like I said, I do appreciate everyone who's sending me support. A huge shout out to both Brian K. Morris and, of course, Nita Lanning. Nita Lanning was the first person who reached out to me. Now, I think it had more to do with her schedule and being online. She saw that what I had posted and went, what? And wanted to make sure I was okay. And I watched that. I watch who's there for you. One of my big things is I pay attention when the rain's coming down. Who's there for you when the rain's falling down, when the sky is dark? Those are the people that care, and those are the people that matter. Let's see. Don, hi Don, got distracted. Ted messed up his back at work and came home early. Fun. Anyways, I'll catch you later. Get feeling better, Ted. And I am definitely going to take it easy today. Poor Ted. Hope Ted takes it easy and has his back heal up. Don, thank you, Joe. Yeah, folks. I feel like I owe you 3 more minutes because I haven't given you my full hour, and I try to give you a full hour. So I'm going to burn part of that running an ad for some folks who probably could use it. And let's see. I want to run live on Koepp. It's one of my favorite projects. We'll go. Yeah, Mike Jimmy's, the project Mike Jimmy's on is so amazing. And the fact that he's teaching himself to animate to do this is just, it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen and I've ever been a part of. And friends, I've been part of some cool things, but I want to let you know, Brian was going to let me out of this. He was worried that, he didn't want this program to be a strain on me, and that he understood that what I may have to do. But this program, I get to do good in, and I get to associate with a lot of people, and I get to help folks. So I'm going to keep doing it as long as I can, because helping people is important. That's what we're supposed to do. And it matters. It doesn't just matter, it has to matter. So, well, let me give you an example of something.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess. writing about my past, and filming the present. I need you to join my rock and roll art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
I really do. She's a great lady. Known her quite a while, it turns out. But she wasn't sure about putting her stuff out. And she's really taking that next level of where she's putting it. And I've got to watch her evolve she's a brilliant instructor. She's the kind of teacher, and especially art teacher, everyone should aspire to be. She's energy made manifest, but she was dumping it all into everybody else completely, just pouring from an empty cup. And since she started hanging out in the chats and watching this program, I got to watch her kind of start growing boundaries. And I see this with a lot of people right now. You're growing boundaries, healthy boundaries. Now, there are some people who will help at not just help at a drop of a hat, but reach out to help without being asked because they know you need it. Joe audio called me, so I was laughing before the right about this 2 minutes he was sitting here. Nick, you're not here. Is everything okay? And I'm like, my computer just went. That's a technical term. And while he's totally uncomfortable receiving praise, it's awesome and heroic and noble. And these are rare things. But I see that manifested in my chat. So, folks, recognize that light that you have. Admit you have it, even though it's hard for you to see. And, because if you light a match and you hold the light up to it, you can the match can only see its shadow. We can't see the light we produce, so we kind of got to reflect it around so that everybody can get an idea. The Rising Tide Broadcast Network, which still exists in a strange form right now, is a loose-knit collection of some of the best people on the planet. And the vast majority are just trying to tell stories and build people up. And it is a privilege and an honor to be a part of it. So I love you guys. Be unapologetic in love. We need to do that. We need to express the love and feeling we have. Okay? Let me see what we have. And we're joined by Blue Teddy. See, I'm glad I stuck around a little bit more, or else I would have missed Blue Teddy. Good morning, Blue. And Joe's beat me to the line. And understand hurting Bex. Dawn, take care of him. Hi, Blue Teddy. Hey, Blue. We're just winding out the show. I'm still going to be doing this show to anybody who came late, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, just like I have been. I won't be doing Nerd Bacon so that I can have alternating days on and off. Luke's been very, very understanding about it. So I don't want any drama. I don't want people thinking that there's drama. There's no drama. But I want you guys to keep creating. I want you to keep making your stuff because it matters. And, I was thinking about it. If I had stroked out on the way down, it would be tragic because, my son wouldn't have me around. But I associate with a wonderful network of people who could help him learn good ideas. And he could pick up my book, and though his reading isn't where he wants it to be, where anybody wants it to be, he could read and learn how to sword fight. And I've made, being me and the king of contingencies, it's understood that, you know, a couple people I respect, like Trey and Joe, are kind of expected to teach Sandra how to sword fight if something ever happens to me in my style. Maddie can teach him her style just fine. But we are finite things in an infinite universe, which makes me, you know, I look at that equation and I have to believe there's something else to it. So decide the frequency you want your soul to vibrate at. Decide the kind of light and message you want to put out, because we're all ripples on the pond, folks. We're all out here creating and telling a story, whether we know it's a good one or whether we don't. We don't get to control whether we tell a story, because we are always telling a story. That is the nature of life. But friends, we have the opportunity to make it a good one and make it manifest somehow. That's important. And yes, I realize I dropped water and crud on my shirt. Part of my charm, but it's not the things you collect. It's not the money you have. It's not the car you drive. It's the stories you are part of. It's the stories you tell and what you inspire others towards. So as we come through, you know, hump day, as we barrel towards St. Patrick's Day, which I didn't realize till yesterday was this week. Let's think about the light we're doing, guys. Put it out there and reflect other people's lights around. That's why I say like, share, and subscribe, not just to me, but to the folks that are involved. Because the light that hits the show from the chat, I can beam back out and get people to know a little bit more. Start a chain of reflection. And it's a beautiful effect. So, guys, be kind to yourself and each other. We're going to skip the rest of that because I think that's the important one. And I will see you Friday for another stunning episode of Nevermind the Furthermore, hopefully without such a choppy beginning. More thanks to Joe than I can give. And I'll see you all very soon.